home and give them back to Jack, and then Jack would have to run to school in his worn-out shoes. Lisa had her own pair of shoes. That day Jack helped her to mend them. On his way back, Jack passed the grocery shop. Before he went in to buy something, he put his shoes on the shelf, but the man who passed by took them away as rubbish. He returned home dejected. Lisa asked Jack if he got her shoes back. Jack didn't dare tell her. He lied and told her that he had left them at the door. Lisa was about to go out and look at her shoes. Jack was shocked. He rushed out to explain that he'd lost the shoes. Lisa said she couldn't go to school tomorrow without her shoes. Jack promised to help her find a solution. Don't tell Mom and Dad about this. After that, he ran out again to look for them. Unsurprisingly, he found nothing. He could only leave home in disgrace. When he came back, he was scolded by his father. He said he was 9 years old, but he didn't help with the household chores. All he did was go out and play all day long. He was so upset that he couldn't speak. Jack gave Lisa his favorite pencil, and the two siblings made a deal. They would share a pair of shoes until they could find them. A smile finally appeared on Lisa's face. In order to prevent Lisa from being looked down upon by her classmates, Jack gave his shoes a good scrubbing. The old shoes were washed and dried. At night, a thunderclap outside the window woke Lisa up. Outside the house, the rain was raining and the wind was blowing. Thinking of her shoes hanging out to dry, Lisa got up and woke Jack. Jack immediately ran out and collected the shoes. Luckily, he was able to save them in time. Otherwise, both of us would have no shoes to wear the next day. Although Lisa was reluctant, she put on Jack's ill-fitting shoes in the morning. She ran all the way to school. Was running too fast. Her ill-fitting shoes flew into the ditch. The water washed them away. She ran anxiously after them, but in the end, the shoe got stuck under a stone slab. Luckily, a kind uncle helped her to retrieve her shoes. She was in a hurry to get back. She was scolded by Jack. "Why are you so late today?" And her shoes were wet. Lisa said angrily, "It's all your fault for losing my shoes. I'm going to tell Dad now." Jack told her that even if you do, he can't afford to buy you new shoes. Lisa lowered her head in sadness. There was no time to comfort her. Jack had to run to school again, but because of Lisa's delay, Jack was late. To make matters worse, just as he tried to enter the classroom, he ran into the headmaster. He asked the boy if he'd been playing outside. The boy explained that he had fallen into a ditch and was late. The headmaster took out the boy's socks from his pocket. He asked the boy how his socks were dry after he fell into the ditch. The boy just kept apologizing and admitting he was wrong. The director told him he'd be expelled next time. He walked into the classroom dejected, but the homeroom teacher told him good news. He came first in his exams. The teacher was going to give him a reward. On his way home from school, he met Lisa. Lisa was angry with him about the morning. The next day, when Lisa was at school for gym class, she unexpectedly discovered her shoes. Surprisingly, it was worn on the feet of another child, so she rushed out of the classroom at the end of the day. She searched the crowd for her shoes, and finally she found her classmate. She followed the girl all the way to her home, but she was delayed even longer this time. Jack raced to the school, but the headmaster of the school blocked him right in front of the school. No matter how much the boy pleaded, the headmaster insisted on expelling him. He cried and walked back to the school, but met the class teacher. The class teacher immediately went to talk to the head teacher. The head teacher pleaded with him. He said the boy was a very hard-working student. He decided to give the boy another chance. After school, Lisa dragged him to the little girl to get his shoes back. Before she reached the door, she saw a blind man coming out of the house. It was the little girl's father. The siblings were silent.